It's another glorious day. Welcome to another episode of Gizmo Slip Tech. Today we're talking about the Acer Predator Helios 18 and also basically the 16, but we're focusing mainly on the 18 because that's what I was able to get my hands on while I was at CES. The crazy thing about the Acer Predator Helios 18 is that it has been touted online as starting at $15.99 or maybe $16.49 or $16.99 depending on which source you look at. But no matter how you slice it, even at $16.99. So there's a big part of me that doesn't believe that this price and spec is actually accurate. Acer has been known to have excellent pricing on their laptops in the past. It appears that Acer has cut the costs in a number of different ways, which I'm going to talk about in this video. I believe the Acer Predator Helios 18 is going to be one of the best values in the 18-inch gaming laptop segment. So what exactly are you supposed to get at this supposed $15.99, $16.49, $16.99 price tag? Let's find out. Now, the cooling solution in this laptop is a 2-fan, 5-heat pipe design with 2 large shared heat pipes between the CPU and GPU. Now, we've got liquid metal on the CPU only, and it appears the cooling solution has been borrowed from the Helios 317.3-inch laptop from last year, which is probably one of the ways in which Acer has been able to keep the costs down on this laptop. They didn't have to design a new cooling solution. Now, my first impression of the Acer Predator Helios 18 is, wow, that display is gorgeous, because as you'll see, this has one of the best displays, if not the best display, in an 18-inch laptop. Besides the amazing screen, the other thing is this is one huge laptop. Like, it's a little bit bigger and quite a bit beefier than something like the Blade 18. Notice that the bottom bezel is fairly large, and the top bezel also is a bit chunkier than most. And besides that, we have a rather large RGB strip area on the back behind the laptop. This definitely felt like the largest 18-inch laptop that I got my hands on when I was at CES. And it's simply going to be easier to manufacture and cheaper to manufacture. I think that's probably another way in which Acer has been able to keep the price of manufacturing this laptop down. Despite its chunkiness, it only weighs 7.1 pounds, so it still is fairly light and still fairly portable-ish. But it's clearly in the desktop replacement. I mean, any 18-inch laptop really is in the desktop replacement category. Now, the 1.8mm travel per key RGB keyboard looked and felt good. It has a number pad and full-size arrow keys, and the touchpad seems large enough. Though I didn't get to use it that much, so I'm not sure if it was a glass touchpad or not, but when I did use it a little bit, it felt all right. So what are the actual technical specs of the Predator 18? Let's take a look. So you can get this with an i7-13700HX, which is a 16-core 24-thread that clocks up to 5.0 gigahertz, or you can get it in a more expensive variant with an i9-13900HX, 24-core 32-thread, 5.4 gigahertz on the max single-core clock speed. Now, there are 2 SODIMM slots, and you can get it up to 32 gigs of DDR5, 4800 megahertz RAM. The thing is, at 4800 megahertz, that's not really topping out what Intel has rated this as, and we've seen some laptop manufacturers going as high as 6000, for example, in the Legion series, or even 6400 with the XMG laptops. So again, that's another area where Acer is probably saving a few bucks getting the cheaper RAM. The piece de resistance, the number one reason to buy this laptop is either going to be because of the lower price undercutting the competition, or number 2, it's going to be because of the QHD Plus 250 Hz mini LED 1000 nits 100% DCI P3 color gamut, gorgeous motherfucking. I love that display. Okay, so the 1000 nit mini LED display is going to be one of the number one reasons that users will pick up this laptop, because the other 18-inch laptops I've seen so far this year are not featuring the mini LED display. So if you want a 1000 nits 18-inch display, the Acer Predator Helios 18 may be the only laptop this year that features it, but I imagine by the end of this year there'll be more options. But initially here, for the next few months, it's probably going to be one of the only ones. You don't have to go for the 1000 nit mini LED display. You'll have a QHD plus 165 Hz or 240 Hz 100% DCI P3 color gamut display. That one is probably going to be in the 300 to 500 nits range and should also be an excellent display. You do also have the more budget-friendly full HD 1920 by 1200 resolution option, which is probably what's going to be included on that $1599, $1699 price tag. You should still get the MUX, G-Sync, and Advanced Optimus, two M.2 2280 SSD slots, but I'm guessing it's going to be a smaller SSD for that price point, probably like 512 gigs only. For the money, that sounds like a really great deal overall, in my opinion, but we're going to have to actually wait for real store listings and when you can actually add it to cart and buy it, because if this pricing is actually accurate, it probably is going to sell out like, instantly. We'll see. Now we've got a nice selection of ports. On the right side, we have two USB-A's and a Kensington lock port, some status LEDs. On the back, we have the power adapter port, HDMI 2.1, and two Thunderbolt 4s. We have an Ethernet, another USB-A, a micro SD card slot, and a headset port. So a pretty nice port selection on the Predator 18. Now you're getting a 90 watt-hour battery, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, and like I said, it only weighs 7.1 pounds, and we've got a full HD webcam with mics on it. Hopefully, the webcam is pretty nice. Overall, if the price on paper is correct, I'd say the Acer Predator Helios 18 is likely to be the best bang for the buck 18-inch gaming laptop out of the gate. But it also doesn't feature the full potential performance of the more expensive 18-inch models, since Acer won't be offering the highest end processors or the highest end TDP, or the RTX 4090 model at all, really. And we don't even know what the CPU TDP is going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be lower because we're just dealing with 3 heat pipes to the CPU. But if Acer can keep the price at a reasonable level, especially if we're getting brands like Asus and Razer going like crazy ham on the pricing, then Acer is probably going to sell a crap ton of these Acer Predator Helios 18s. What are your thoughts on the Acer Predator Helios 18? I'm very curious if you guys think the pricing is correct or not. Is the Predator Helios 18 something you would consider buying? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, slap a like on it. And if you want to see more of my gaming laptop videos, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Brandon out.